What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 5 of SPS. We are a little over halfway through the season now because actually the seasons are 8 weeks long. So that extra ninth week to kind of differentiate people in playoffs just doesn't really happen there. Which, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence between if 8-week seasons and 9-week seasons are better. I kind of prefer 9 just because I feel like you can differentiate a lot more in the ninth week, especially with teams that are like 4-4 going into week 9 instead of having like, oh, these 3 people are 4-4, but these 2 don't make it because their differential's like a little teeny bit lower. And also when you get like forfeit wins or like forfeit losses and you're just playing less games, like it feels weird. Like we're on week 5 and I think there's only 2 Pokemon that I've brought twice to a game, being I think Mega Manectric and Torn. Or did ARAQUANID come to a game? Or like 2 games? Maybe it was. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. But I most of my Mons have only been to like 1 game, and it's week 5. And also my kill leader has 3 kills. So, yeah. So on my side, well, actually on Shandy's side, we have Zapdos, Heatran, Darkrai, Garchomp, TERA, Tapu Bulu, and Floatzel. He chose to leave behind Mega Gallade, surprisingly, as well as, I believe, TERA, Exploud, and Articuno. I did not prep for Exploud at all, nor did I prep for Articuno, so I'm glad that they didn't come. I kind of assumed that Exploud just kind of didn't KO something and it probably just died back because my team is just so fast. So I assume, yeah, Exploud just didn't fit, and I feel like his other mons were better. Articuno is just like, if he's expecting me to bring like Mega Mane, Articuno is just kind of fodder for Mega Mane. And his Zapdos and Articuno doesn't handle Sneasler, so I would say Articuno probably handles Tapu Lele though, so I don't know. So yeah, on my side, I brought Tornadus Therian, Sneasler, Tapu Lele, TERA, Araquanid, Mega Manectric, and Leafeon. I guess to get into the sets, I have Bleak Windstorm, Icy Wind, U-Turn, and Defog on Torn. It's just kind of there to like make sure Garchomp doesn't win like automatically. And then Defog hazards that Chomp or Heatran sets up, as well as just having something that outspeeds everything here except for Darkrai. So yeah, that's kind of the only reason I brought Torn. I almost slotted something else over Torn. I think like Chi-Yu would have been there over Torn probably. But I kind of chose not to. Sneasler is a Poison Touch set with Fake Out, U-Turn, Dire Claw, and Close Combat. I kind of just wanted it here to get some chip on things if things didn't work out the way I planned to. And then also it's just like faster than like mostly everything else except Darkrai once again. But if I can get Fake Out Chip and poison it, then all the better because I really don't have the best switch-ins to Darkrai here. Tapu Lele is Choice Scarf because I needed something that actually outspeeds Darkrai as well as potentially outspeeding other Scarfers. His team is actually pretty fast. Zapdos, Darkrai, Garchomp, Floatzel, they're all faster than Lele, but I would assume that they're not all going to be Scarf, so, I mean, Lele is just a decent revenge killer in this matchup. Araquanid is my lead in this matchup, and now you might be thinking, oh, it's just a lead Araquanid, you're going to click Sticky Whip. Nope, I'm Terra Water, Choice Spec, Surf, and literally Surf is my only move on it. I do have Sleep Talk, so basically the thought was, if he leads Darkrai, or if at some point Araquanid has to take a Hypnosis or something from Darkrai, I could switch out, maybe sack like Leafeon or Torn, come back in, and then I can click Choice Specs Surf through Sleep Talk. So that was kind of the thought there. And yeah, we are Choice Specs Terra Water. We kill absolutely everything on this team except for like a bulky Floatzel and Tapu Bulu. Everything else dies. Even with like HP investment, everything dies. It was kind of crazy. Like max HP Zapdos dies to Surf. off a base, like, what, 51, 52 special attack? That's crazy. Mega Manectric is here again. Yeah, this is my most used Pokemon in this season so far, but for a good reason. I think Mega Manectric kind of slaps in this matchup. The only thing that can switch in on Thunderbolt plus Flamethrower is Garchomp. Everything else gets pretty much two-shot by me, and if not two-shot, the Mega Manectric usually lives a hit, outspeeds, and is able to stall. So what I have is Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and I also have Toxic Protect, so if I have to bring in Manectric on Zapdos, I can pretty much easily predict Garchomp coming in, and I can click Toxin. If he goes Heatran, Heatran is just free Araquanid, because with Water Bubble, Fire Move does nothing, Steel Stab does nothing to me. Like, Heatran just really can't do anything to Araquanid, and also if he's getting up rocks, then Araquanid punishes just getting up rocks, so yeah. And our last mon is Leafeon. So here's the thing. I was going to bring Terapagos because, you know, I should be using my round 1 pick. I've only used Terapagos once this season, and the fact that I've brought Leafeon to twice as many games as Terapagos is freaking insane. As well, Manectric has come to 3 times as many games as Terapagos. That's fucking stupid. So yeah, I thought about Terapagos. I even had Treads on this pace at some point. I kind of just thought Treads was a little bit too weak in this matchup, and I figured I was kind of scared of, like, Choice Band Terra Grass Bulu with, like, Woodhammer, because if I don't bring Leafeon, then he just kind of kills something, kind of like Araquanid. So in this scenario, Leafeon does exactly what it needs to. I can switch in on Tapu Bulu and click Baton Pass. So I have Baton Pass, Knockoff, Synthesis, and I think Toxic. That's all I need Leafeon to do, is switch in on Bulu. And if he doesn't bring Bulu, then he's likely to bring Floatzel, or like I can switch in on Garchomp or Mega Gallade. I have Rocky Helmet. So Leafeon, I think overall just does more for me in terms of pivoting and getting an Araquanid safely, or one of my other threats safely. So getting into the match, because holy shit, we're like 8 minutes into the match. Araquanid is going to Terra Water on the Zapdos Heat Wave. Surf will KO Zapdos. Yeah, so we just delete Zapdos turn 1. Like, the Mon I think I was the most scared of in prep just got deleted, and it did 5% to me. So the reason he Heat Wave there was he thought Manectric was going to come in. I kind of thought that he'd, like, U-turn out into, like, Bulu or, like, hard Bulu. But see, this is all I needed Araquanid to do. I just wanted Araquanid to delete something. And it's, considering it's at full health still, it's going to delete something else. But yeah, he's going to bring in Bulu now, and again, Bulu's the only thing that can switch in on an Araquanid as a grass type with also like a little bit of healing. And now because I'm Terra Watered, he can just kill me with Horn Leech. So like Bulu's the switch in to Araquanid in this situation. Unironically, he went Terra Bug in this matchup. I don't know what the hell Shandy was cooking, but he was cooking something. I kind of thought like maybe Terra Grass or Terra Bug for Mega Horn on Leafeon. That was kind of the only thought I had. However, I'm just gonna go Leafeon anyways, because Leafeon, its only purpose in this matchup is to die to Tapu Bulu to pivot in something else. So if he reads me correctly and he wants to Terra Bug Mega Horn me and kill me, I don't even know if that kills. I would assume it does, because I think he's Choice Band. Yeah, considering he did 24% here, I would imagine he killed me with Mega Horn. Leafeon's purpose was to die and get in something else that can handle Tapu Bulu. And if he locks into Bug Move, then Lele can come in. And if I go Lele, then I'm probably just going to hard pivot. Or I can, like, click Moonblast and then go back into Araquanid, because Moonblast threatens everything else here except Heatran. I go back into Araquanid on Heatran, so like very easy play for me. So Garchomp is gonna come in on my Baton Pass. I'm like, you know what? Here's Araquanid again. He can't Earthquake me, and Scale Shot doesn't kill me. See, Scale Shot did 13 on each hit, and he's not loaded dice, so he's not gonna get all the hits. And Surf is just gonna knock him out. So I think, yeah, he goes back into Bulu. I'm going to go into Leafeon here. and he's gonna return, which doesn't kill me. And I believe he stays in. He's just gonna return again, which I'm like, sure, fair. I'm gonna baton pass. I could have maybe clicked, I think if I wanted to preserve differential, I could have synthesis at this point. But I decided, like, it's just better for me to probably just play fast and, like, not lose momentum here. Because he could have, I guess he could have also swapped in, like, Darkrai or something, and then Darkrai kind of threatens a KO on something here. Because ARAQUANID's chipped, and, like, nothing really outspeeds it. I guess I'd have to bring in Lele, which baits in Heatran. So I'm just kind of getting chip on Lele, so I think letting Leafeon get chipped down a little bit more is just better for me. So I'm going to Flamethrower right into the Heatran. I kind of forgot about Flash Fire for a second, because I was so far ahead, I was like, damn, like, these Mons aren't, like, super chipped, but the fact that Zapdos and Garchomp are gone, like, I felt like I was super far ahead. However, I don't even have to think about it. I'm just going to go hard ARAQUANID. I can't even get burned by Lava Plume, so I don't really know why he brought Lava Plume. I guess maybe he could burn something else, but, like, what was he trying to burn exactly? I don't know. Torn, maybe. Surf is going to do 97% to Floatzel. By the way, this Floatzel's, like, pretty damn near max HP. And he's going to go back into Bulu. So I kind of thought here, like, oh, he's going to, like, Floatzel's going to make contact with me, so if I can just switch in Leafeon and kill Floatzel, that's fine. Because I also didn't know what the Floatzel would be at the time, if it was, like, Choice Band something. I'm sure ARAQUANID also could have just eaten a hit from Floatzel, but I was like, eh, whatever. But yeah, he's going to kill Leafeon with the return. Leafeon's going to go down. Tapu Bulu didn't end up taking as much chip as I thought, but grassy terrain kind of keeps it healthy. So now he's going to TERA Bug, and I don't know why in this situation I just clicked U-turn. I could have clicked Fake Out and then U-turn. That would have been fine, because I already knew he was Choice Band on Bulu, but it's fine. He's going to switch into Heatran on my Bleak Windstorm, which does land. I also crit. Yeah, Torn just lands his hits every time I use Torn. Like, I never have to worry about Torn landing moves. Earth Power is going to do 20% to me. Grassy Terrain's also going to heal me up a little bit. Then Earth Power again. I'll be able to knock out Heatran. And at this point, yeah, ARAQUANID is slower than everything on this team. So at this point, my best play is to finally let Mr. ARAQUANID go down. Thank you, ARAQUANID, for your service. You are no longer needed. And here I went into Manectric. I maybe could have went like Lele, because I think Scarf Moonblast also just kills like everything here. But I kind of figured like in this situation, like, I don't know. I think Lele was probably the better play, but it's fine. Manectric can come in, claim with Thunderbolt. Now he's going to go Darkrai. Thunderbolt will two-shot that as he Focus Blast. Focus Blast doesn't kill me. Well, I guess maybe not surprisingly. I do have a little bit of HP investment. Yeah, but now he's, for some reason, going to go Bulu on the Thunderbolt. Yeah, Thunderbolt knocks him out, so it's whatever. And then now Darkrai is going to come in. Thunderbolt will knock him out as well. And that'll be the end of the game. So yeah, don't shit on your low tiers, because Mega Manectric, once again, MVPs per game. Choice Specs ARAQUANID was definitely like the MVP of this game. Like deleting Zapdos, Garchomp, and Heatran in just one fell swoop, as well as literally almost all of Floatzel's health as well. Insane. I cannot believe that ARAQUANID did that much work. I expected it to claim like 1 or 2 kills, but I didn't expect it to claim 3.5 or like 3.97 kills, because it did 97% to Floatzel. I'm pretty sure I still had I had a roll where I could have killed Floatzel with ARAQUANID. Crazy. And then Mega Manectric comes in on cleanup crew, as it usually does. So I think I'm starting to understand like the theme with this team is delete the ground type, and Manectric kind of goes crazy. So yeah, GG's to Shandy. Crazy game. Respect to both of us, by the way, for not bringing our round 1 picks. I chose to not bring Trapghost. He chose not to bring Mega Gallade. Respect. He said Mega Gallade kind of sucked in the matchup, and he was explaining like why he thought it sucked in the matchup, and I was like, you know what? I kind of agree. Like, Sneasler outspeeds it. Scarf Lele or like Scarf Chiyu will kind of delete it. I think it can live like any hit from Scarf Chiyu, to be fair, but yeah. And then I also have Torn. Mega Main outspeeds it, although he is immune to Intimidate, so I would assume Gallade 1v1's Manectric probably. What else? He thought like Booster Speed Treads would just kind of chip it down a lot too. So he thought it was just a little bit too hard to use Gallade in this matchup, and I kind of don't disagree. Maybe I could have argued he could have brought Mega Gallade over like Darkrai or Chomp. I think Darkrai's speed was like too important in this matchup. He needed Zapdos to get rid of webs. Heatran made it so that Lele didn't just like delete his team turn 1. He also kind of needed Zapdos for like Sneasler, as well as like Garchomp, because Sneasler doesn't get Ice Punch. So I guess Garchomp could also be for Sneasler. And then like anything else he has left can kind of handle Torn. Like, I think the Scarf Floatzel could have probably 1v1 Torn. So I think what he brought makes sense. The only thing that didn't make sense was TERA Bug on Boo. I can't complain about it. So yeah, next we're going to be facing Red, which is interesting because Red has been my my partner for... and I guess while we're doing this, I'll look at the... we'll look at the matchup. Red has been my partner for like building in SPS and SDS as well. He's not playing in SDS, but for whatever reason, he's looking at my matchups and like giving me feedback. So I'm like, okay, we're prep partners, I guess. But yeah, this is our matchup. He's got Iron Valiant, Primarina, which I traded to him. Roaring Moon, Scissor, Thundurus Therian, Ursaluna, Gilmora, TERA Mesprit, and TERA Auroras, which he actually picked up this week. Crazy team. It's definitely a Wacka team. Like, it's really close to being a Wacka team. I don't think I'd use like Glamora, but we have like the SDS representation with TERA Mesprit and TERA Auroras. I love Luna. I love Thundurus. Primarina is like a gay icon. I feel like I tend to use Roaring Moon a lot more than I should. I love Scissor. Ival and Glamora, like whatever, but they're fine. So yeah, that's the matchup this week. In terms of stats, because I gotta get that stat pad in. Yeah, Manectric is by far my MVP. It's not even close. Like, Manectric is like 3 games ahead of everyone else at this point. Like, well, Araquanid could catch up, or like, but I haven't used Treads and Torn. Torn has clicked U-turn like twice. But I haven't really used Treads much. Leafeon had his game last week. Lele and Sneasler just haven't done anything. Chiyu got its 1 KO like last week. Trapagos got its KO last week. Trapagos doesn't really stat pad when I use it. Like, I kind of just use it to check something and then die. But I think the fact that Manectric is just faster than everything is like very telling. And Araquanid and like Leafeon are like the mons that I use to handle the ground types. So I guess the stats make sense. No one's really prepping as much for like Leafeon, Mega Manectric, so they're kind of popping off a lot more. I'm sure once they see that Manectric is my kill leader, like people will probably start prepping for it now, but we'll see. And Red will definitely probably prep for Mega Manectric. So we'll see. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.